We are live. What is up? NBA Rundown, Run Pure Sports. My guy, Kurt. How you doing, Kurt? Yesterday's show was so much fun. We got a lot to live up to try and continue that momentum. I don't know if you caught it, but it was all over the place yesterday. How are you today, Kurt? Excited to talk some NBA with you.
Very excited, but what is this? You can't have fun without me. What did I miss?
Oh, you got to go back and watch. It was one of our best shows.
Wow.
Oh man.
Who was on?
Randone.
That makes sense.
Offensive linemen just bring it. Right?
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
Bro, it's because we're funny. Like the thing is, if you're a girl out there watching, which is approximately zero of the people watching the show, like get you a guy who used to be a fat lineman, who now is not fat, because you get the best of both worlds. You get the good character, you get the funny, and you also get the not fat, which is also a plus.
So you're bringing it already. I mean, this is logic. This is facts and logic right here that Kurt is bringing to the show. And I'm always so jealous of you guys. I just never have the frame to get that big, right? I mean, I can lift weights and make myself look muscular in the pictures, but I'll never really be a big guy. So. Anyways, I know that you've been crushing college basketball. Talk to me about what you've seen there, especially with some draft picks. And then we're going to dive into the NBA. But we only have 4 games tonight, so we're not in a hurry, and we're going to be bringing Tyler in here pretty soon too. But basically, college basketball, what's going on is these tournaments are getting ready to start.
Man, it's up for grabs. Like, it's almost like the year that we had the tournament canceled, when it was like, who the hell is going to win this? We don't know. But then we didn't get a tournament, so we didn't get to find out. That's the next closest year I can think of that's similar to this one. Alabama's amazing, but it just feels like no one's really that dominant. Even they've shown some lapses, but they've actually bounced back and been playing well after all the shit that's been going on with them. So there's a couple guys that aren't high on the draft boards. I think are going to be sneaky good value. Like the 2 Arkansas kids, like Anthony Black's not coming up anywhere. Nick Smith is higher than him, but I think they both can bring something to the NBA. So both the Arkansas guys are a little sneaky off the top of the head.
All right. Talk to me about the NBA. Did you watch last night?
I was on the playback watching college basketball. So
you guys did college last night on playback? I was going to jump on, but I was out work of UPS so late. I was just like,
wow, you hit Alabama live, and they came back and won. How dare you, spread?
I know. I was planning on jumping on. I didn't get home till later, and then it was the fourth quarter of about 3 or 4 of the games that we had wagered on, and then I tried to make it through that Blazers Pelicans, and it was an exciting game, but they kicked my ass yesterday. That's the job I'm doing is not a job for 44 or 46-year-old man. So I was definitely pretty tired at the end of yesterday, but I'm probably only going to be doing that for about a month longer. So I'm trying to burn as many calories as I can, right, and get as good shape as I can before the summer. So let me talk about some of these games that we saw last night. So you guys didn't throw any NBA on last night?
Not last night.
Dang it, I want to do a playback with you too.
Spread. What the fuck month is it, sir? Good sir. What month is it?
I'm looking on the calendar. March.
This is March. It's college basketball season. This ain't fucking April or June. They don't have it. The Soviets have had their turn.
All right. It sounds like my NBA chat right now. They're saying the same thing. Let's go over some things. The Pistons got the cover against the Bulls, 117, 115. Man, they almost pulled that one out. 29-16 in the fourth quarter for the Pistons. So, yeah, the Bulls get the win. But to me, what my takeaway is, this team just isn't ready to compete at all in the playoffs. So, looking like they may need to blow it up. The Suns had the debut of Kevin Durant, but Devin Booker stole the show, 37 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. So you didn't see any of that, huh? Because I ended up going back to watch some of it because I taped it because I said, we're going to need to talk about it on the show.
The Bulls game? Talking game.
Yeah, I didn't take the Bulls game. I'm talking about the Suns game.
I was going to say,
just what the hell? Durant. Yeah, Bulls Pistons. No, nobody needs to watch that. Pistons fans didn't even watch it. I wanted to see how Durant looked because we
Yeah.
talked yesterday, and I kind of debated on the idea on whether or not that he would just seamlessly help with the team. And I think starting with the Hornets is good, right? It's almost like starting against the JV team, right? Or going in a scrimmage because they're so bad right now. But I'll give it to those guys. They thought he would come in and he would just mesh right away. And that seemed to be the case. Were people talking about that on the playback at all? I mean, Kevin Durant comes back and you guys are just sitting there watching Brandon Miller shoot hoops, huh? Got it.
Brandon Miller can shoot a lot of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I played him on DraftKings. So like,
did he get there for you though? What it was, like 23?
He didn't get there. He left with injury. I was like, I'm toast. I mean, he still
did he come back after that though?
Yeah, but he still didn't get there.
He wasn't. So we argued about that on the show, and so we said we weren't going to play him in DFS.
It was an
all. The point prop was worth it.
I don't think it was a main team. It was a main team play.
Yeah. So we ended up playing the point prop. Randone talked us into it. It was 21.5, right?
Ooh,
but the idea was that you could go over there, but he wasn't going to have that smash ceiling night.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. As far as I just did an alt line, I really I knew I wanted some action on him because I wanted to follow along in his debut. So that's why I just chose to do a throwaway line and put him in there. And it fit. I mean, we know how forwards have been lately.
And I guess, I mean, wouldn't be the first time that a coach lied, right? I mean, if the Hornets happened to keep it close, maybe they
But the night I came off Paul George and they went to double overtime and there was no minutes limit because it was overtime. Okay, cool, bro.
Wait, what?
Remember when the Paul George was on a minutes limit and they went to double overtime? And
in the 176-175 win by the Sacramento Kings? How will I forget? Kurt, I'm going to be talking about that game 10 years from now. Oh, that was so fun. That was
man.
Seriously, I told my buddy after that game as a Kings fan, like, I'm satisfied with the season. We get swept in the playoffs. Like, I mean, that was an exciting, memorable game. The team actually did something worth talking about. Oh, it was fantastic. The Knicks just blew the doors off the net. 47 points in the first quarter. They scored 34 in the second against the Brooklyn team that we thought was going to be pretty good defensively. Chris came on the show yesterday, and he said we took it a little too far, right? But he gave out a long shot, the Knicks to win the East, right? Now, I disagree with that, but a lot of the things
they're playing good spread. They've not lost the part, have they?
No, they're like 7 in a row.
Boy, oh boy.
Can you imagine Josh Hart shaking up the Eastern Conference?
It's not that. It's the freaking bromance. It's the shower buddies from Villanova.
I guess so, right? I mean, unbelievable.
Not to mention, you can go out to dinner with their boy, Mikal Bridges. Just cross the bridge and go have dinner, all three of them together. The mojo is high out there in New York.
Yeah.
Mikal Bridges, the gang's all back. The Three Musketeers of Villanova are all back together.
Yeah.
It's not helping out Mikal.
They're not all together. I mean, Mikal Bridges would fit in really well on that Knicks team. But
signed Jermaine Samuels.
Villabrova. That's a good one. All right. Talk to me about the Knicks, though, and obviously our expectations for this team are rising as they continue to play well. Do you have high expectations for this team?
I mean, as a Celtics fan, like I don't want to see them early. I'll say that. Like I hope that they'll have to like somehow go through some crazy shit to see us. That's what I'm hoping. I feel like they're a feisty ass team. I mean, I just still think we win, but I'd rather not.
As a Celtics fan, who would you least like to see in the first round?
Let me pull up the picture right now. Even though
it wouldn't be the Knicks, though. Take that one out. And actually, give me the second round, too. I was trying to think. It feels like the Celtics match up good against everybody.
I want to see – obviously, I want to see Brooklyn. I think we're past the Miami shit. We've been low on them all year. So I don't want to see Cleveland in the second round. I'd rather see Philly in the second round.
Who would you rather play, Cleveland or the Knicks, if you're the Celtics?
Give me the Knicks for sure. Cleveland scares the fucking piss out of me, man. So, like, Cleveland was my long shot.
Really?
Cleveland was my long shot.
That's a perfect segue because the Cleveland Cavaliers covered last night. Tyler and I were so pissed. I like the Celtics. My projections like the Celtics. We threw the RPB tag on there. 41-26 in the third quarter. right? I'm thinking this one's going to cruise. I'm not even watching it. I flipped over to watch the Magic play the Bucks. I said, hey, we already got this one in the bag. Maybe the Magic can make a nice little comeback for us and cover this plus 7.5. The Cavaliers win the fourth quarter 35-21. Bro, and we even talked about it on the show. Said, oh, well, hey, on these -5s, even, they'll foul right through it.
Yeah.
The last one they made was with 11 seconds left. They've thrown the ball all high in the air. The Cavaliers don't foul, and we don't cover. So if you're a Cavaliers backer, congratulations. But that was a tough beat for us. But you said you didn't want to play the Cavaliers. I don't know, man. Even when they were making that push, it was like, are they going to push to cover? And it felt like they were going to push to win. Why would you be scared? And maybe obviously the teams play much better at home. But watching that, I thought the Celtics matched up with the Cavaliers pretty well because the Celtics have the ability to defend those 2-star guards, right? Like Jared Allen and maybe if Evan Mobley has this breakout playoff performance, right? It just seems like I want to attack the Celtics in the middle, and the Cavaliers can't do that.
I'd rather play Knicks. I think we can just completely take Jalen Brunson out of it.
I mean, yeah.
We didn't do a great job of that the other day.
But don't you think Julius Randle matches up better against the Celtics than any player the Cavaliers have?
And I'll take playoff Horford on defense against Randle.
Okay. All right.
I'm more scared about the Cavs defense. I'm more scared about them limiting Jason Tatum some games. And so if I had to pick a lesser of the two evils, I'd rather play the Knicks.
Okay. The Sixers improved to, I think, 9-4 without Joel Embiid this season as they won 119-96 against Miami. That was kind of a revenge game because Miami beat them in Philadelphia the game before. Maxey led the way, 27 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. We were talking about Maxey in the chat yesterday. Bam Adebayo led the way in the losing cause for the Heat. So you're down on Miami, right? How are you feeling about the 76ers?
Against my Celtics?
Yeah, or against who do you like better, Sixers or Bucks?
Bucks. I think the Bucks could.
So you think it's a clear tier, like Celtics, Milwaukee, and then the 76ers, Cavaliers, Knicks?
Give me the feisty Knicks or the long shot cat, like one of those two long shots to advance farther than the Sixers. I just think they just don't do it for me, man. Like they never have, especially against the Celtics. It's just they're just not. I don't know. They're not a playoff team to me.
I got Austin in the chat. So Austin and I got to hang out on the playback on Tuesday night. That was a lot of fun. Got to actually talk to him in person, not just on the chat. And these playbacks are cool, man. I need to jump on there more often. Yeah.
I wish he would have came on last night for me when I had to jump off the golf show. He should have came on and talked. He might have been busy.
The Bucks. He says the Bucks are going to beat Boston, though. Your thoughts, Kurt?
Oh, spread. I think I'm going to have to agree.
Really? Yeah, I do too.
It hurts. I just don't like.
I was really trying to stir the pot and get some content here.
I mean, I would love to, but doing what I'm doing right now is what got this the Bucks to the Super Bowl and then win the Super Bowl. So I'm just going to keep playing coy.
Is this some slang that your generation uses that I don't know about? Putting a couch
Which
together.
part?
I was putting a couch together last night.
No, you probably actually didn't put a couch together.
No, I'm just kidding around.
All
right.
Night too.
Pardon?
Steve's moving, so he's putting a couch together.
So if I jump on playback tonight, though, you guys are going to be talking college basketball?
No, just Wednesday nights.
Okay.
Probably more coming up for the tournament and stuff, but just Wednesday night.
Yeah, of course, for the tournament. Okay. I might jump on there tonight. See how tired it is.
Who's on there tonight?
I don't even know. I just know that Tyler and I said we'll do Mondays. So, the Lakers talk about superstar subtraction. It hits once again. They win without Anthony Davis in the lineup. Dennis Schrader, right? You wanted me to slander Schrader yesterday, huh? Look who's leading his team to wins now. I don't see we the people in the chat, but hopefully he watches on replay. He made me slander. He didn't make me, right? But I mean, he pushed me there, right? To really slander Dennis Schrader. Schrader responds, 26 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. Bro, Jalen Williams on the Thunder, right?
Looks good, doesn't he?
SGA out, he's doing well. Jonathan Nelson. You know what? If the Lakers ever went 82-0, Jonathan Nelson would be a watch the show every day. I don't think he watches NBA Rundown if the Lakers lose. I only see him in the chat after a Lakers victory.
Who, Jonathan?
Whose name am I saying wrong?
Dennis Schroeder.
I don't know German. I'm sorry.
Schroeder. I'm basically like
Schroeder with the 2 dots on top, right? All right, Schroeder.
Tanner's boy
has a great night. Both these guys, though, what do you think about their daily fantasy upside going forward? Schroeder, Jalen Williams.
Dennis Schroeder can eat a whole bag of dicks.
Oh, he says Schroeder.
Schroeder.
Doug Ballard says I should say right. Schroeder.
I'm never calling it like that, but that makes sense for the.
Do you have any German in your ancestry? I don't, so I'm not good.
Spray, look at me. My name's Kurt, and I'm blonde hair, blue eyes. What do you think? I'm fucking straight up built in Hitler's lab, bro.
You could be Nordic though.
Yeah, you're true. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things, but no,
I could see you playing Thor in in a High School Musical.
Yeah. I've dressed up as Thor for Halloween, but no, German Irish, but I can't drink for shit.
That's a good.
Schroeder probably
having tolerance is the most overrated thing in the world.
I love.
But you have to take in more calories. It costs you more money. Yeah,
it's the best. But
yeah,
Schroeder had to probably kill all his props last night, right? Instead of rebounds.
Of course.
Yeah. Not just points. That motherfucker went crazy. I
see
see you, Maddie.
He's mostly German here too, and he's got the beer to go with it. Yeah, so 2 players to keep an eye on. As long as they don't like, what would be the price tag where we'd stop playing Jalen Williams? $7K.
So my buddy told me today, Tanner, who was in the chat, he was like, every time SGA is out, just hammer Jalen Williams PRA every time.
But what about for DFS? At what price would you stop playing him? I think up to $7K, he's like a lock.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah. 7-3, I'll start getting uncomfortable because I'm afraid that he could have a really, really low floor.
All right, Grizzlies cover against the Rockets. They're terrible, but we won the bet. The Bucks, that was disappointing. We thought, well, to be fair, we didn't think everybody was going to play when we talked about it on the show yesterday. We took the Magic money line. We parlayed it with the Lakers money line. Half of it got home. We took the Magic plus 7.5. That didn't get there for us. The Bucks were at full strength. Giannis 31, 7, and 6. For most people, that's a good night, right? For Giannis, that was kind of average. And then I lost on the Trailblazers game, man. Brandon Ingram, 46 and 5. And the Pelicans look good. You know, I really like this Portland Trailblazers team coming in the year. They're not very good. I mean, Dame's killing it right now, and they're getting nothing. And you say, oh, Simons is out. This team should be able to absorb the loss of Simons better than that. Pelicans are playing without Zion. Pelicans are now 31 and 32. That's huge for the Blazers trying to make that even the play-in tournament because that drops them to 29 and 33. 29 and 33. They're behind the Lakers now.
It's the Pelicans' depth, too. Like, they just have so many guys that can just – I don't know analytics-wise how they're doing, but, like, they just have guys who I know are talented. And they actually went out and got guys who are pretty solid defensively, too. All their dudes are pretty solid defensively. I mean, I know Najee Marshall ain't no fucking defensive terror, but, like, he can get a bucket for you. Like, we know what Trey Murphy's 6'10", like, the dude's long as hell. He can.
I like Trey Murphy.
I mean, he's just they have, like, all these guys that are just very, very solid and good defenders. Their GM did a great job putting this team together. Fucking Zion.
So do you think that we can look for a Pelicans run even without Zion?
Well, yeah, we've been on them all year. Why we stop now? I mean, it's like
terrible, like over the last month and a half.
Yeah, but if he comes back, we can stay on him.
All right, let's dive into tonight. I'm pulling up my odds right now.
I mean, what was their like? God, we were talking about this forever ago. Like their record with everyone in the lineup was like insane.
Yeah, but is Zion coming back this year? I don't expect it.
Probably not. Fuck me. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Toronto Raptors are -2 tonight. They're in Washington. They're taking on the Wizards. The total is 222. Are you surprised to see the Raptors favored in Washington? What do you think, Kurt?
I guess a little bit with everyone healthy for Washington, but I don't know if I have a lean here. I think I'm just going to go more props based, which I'm going to pull up here soon.
Soon? Yeah, the sooner the better.
Yeah. So does your thing, anything popping for you? Because I'm not surprised by the line, but do I want to take it? Yeah, not really.
I'm towing it up right now, but I'm actually surprised that the Wizards are underdogs on the road.
I like the over.
I'm 222.5 right now. Let's see. What am I going to have there? Oh my gosh, that dog's annoying me so much. Yeah, I'll probably end up projecting to the over too. I think I'm gonna end up projecting to Washington here too.
If you put a gun in
my I am. I already know. I'm putting them in right now. I'm gonna end up projecting to Washington. Talk to me about DFS while I finish off these projections.
It's weird with the we're not really used to having both these teams like fully healthy. I feel like, and especially if they're kicking. I
know, huh? But it's a 4-game slate, so you can't take any. You can't cross any games off.
No, but shit. I guess if I had to pick, going back to Kristaps at 8-9, I don't hate that. I feel like it's a fun matchup for him, so I'll go there. It's, by the way, guys, I was doing early stuff, so I didn't have time to build. I usually like to build one dummy line just to see where we're at as far as what we need. If we need Kristaps, if we need a full.
Well, you build one while I break down my next little.
Okay.
I'll break down the next game. So.
But that's probably my favorite play here, just Kristaps.
So I wrote an article this morning, and I wrote about taking a Kristaps Porzingis over on the rebounds. It's only 7.5, right? Which is pretty low. There was one flaw in the article, though. All right, and I'll go ahead and give it to people on the show right here, right? And obviously, I didn't put it in the article, but what I was thinking is one thing is Porzingis' average is like 10.8 rebounds against the Raptors over his last 7 games against the Raptors. But now that Podol's in there, right? Because before they ran that Project 6'9", and Porzingis is 4 inches taller than everyone else. Do you think so? I already bet the prop, right? I mean, I still like it regardless. But one of the flaws in like the statistical reasoning I was aware of. Do you think Podol being in there lowers Porzingis' rebound potential? Because you got to get at least a double-double if you play him at that price tag, right?
I maybe for a couple of the offensive, but like not really on the defensive end. I still think he can get you there. I mean, it's like, yeah, Podol's a couple inches taller, but it's not. Nah, I wouldn't let that bother me.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I already bet it too. I didn't change it that much because I still felt like the number was wrong. But it was just one of those statistical arguments that I used that I kind of felt was disingenuous, but I was just trying to get it out in time. And, technically it is a relevant stat. And if he gets 10.8 again tonight, right, it'll prove that it didn't matter, right? So it's not like, it's not like Podol's Dennis Rodman, right, where
yeah,
something like that, right? I mean, I didn't want to overreact to them, but I do think that they are stronger in the middle now. The team has been playing better because of that. Let me pull up some recent trends between these teams because I think that's another interesting way to look at it. Let's see. So Toronto has won 3 of their last 4 games. They defeated the Pelicans, but they were in Toronto. They won in Detroit. The win in Detroit, they did not cover. Then they lost to Cleveland, and they lost really bad to Cleveland. Then they came back home, and they beat Chicago. Now they head to Washington, right? Let's look at this Wizards team. They won 2 of their last 4. They won at home against Minnesota. They were underdogs there. That was a weird one. That was before the All-Star break. So since the All-Star break, they lost at home to the Knicks that we talked about earlier. They got blown out in Chicago. That one really got me down on the team. I don't rate Chicago that highly, and I thought the Wizards should be up for that one. But then this is where the NBA is hard, right? They come back and they get the win in Atlanta as 7.5-point dogs against an Atlanta team that had the new coach bump. So both teams playing pretty well. Raptors 31-32 right now. The Wizards are what, 29-32? So the Raptors hold like a game lead, but when you're looking for that playoff spot in 9th place, this game's going to mean a lot, right? These teams could play each other, and the winner of these next 2 games, because they're going to play each other twice. They're going to play tonight, and then I think Saturday night. I'll double check on the schedule, but I know they're going to play Washington twice. So it's a nice little back-to-back set in Washington. If either team could sweep that, they can end up having home court in that first 9 versus 10 playing game. So that was my last thoughts there. Were you able to get a little lineup going, or do you want me to answer some questions here in the chat and let you?
Yeah, I got some. I like Denny, and I like Denny's prop for threes as well. I want to do
who? Denny Avdia?
Oh.
Is that who we're talking about?
Yeah, shout out Maccabi. They're playing that now. It's minus 150 for just to make one.
Isn't that league not very good?
I want 1.5, and it'll be juice free and probably like plus 125 ish, maybe more.
Okay.
But it's not out yet. I want to try to get that if I can, but if not, I'll do it minus 150 and just find one more thing to add to it. But I really, really like him to make one, which obviously shows because they're taking so much fucking big from it.
All right. They're asking me if I won the bet against CW yesterday. We pushed because we didn't put a point.
Pushed,
yeah.
Yeah, I think you can play Denny at 5K too on DraftKings, especially at home.
All right. So you like Denny there. Let's see. Tyler set up the playbook for me. Let's see if I'll put those projections in. But I know I'm going to end up liking the Wizards here. And I'm probably going to end up liking the over. Okay. So I like the Wizards as the best play, and the second one, I like the over as well. Playing unders is so hard in the NBA right now, although they're still hitting. It's probably because they're in the games that we're not paying much attention to. Let's move on. Kurt, it's off the board for me. The Dallas Mavericks were -4 when I looked last time, and I can't remember what the total was off the top of my head. The total was 220. No. I can't remember what the total was. The total was 228 or 229, somewhere around there. Hopefully this will come back on the board before we finish the show. But the Dallas Mavericks, man, they added Kyrie Irving, but they haven't been able to get the win. I don't know what was more disappointing, blowing the 27-point lead to the Lakers on Sunday on national TV, or then losing as 8.5-point favorites to the Indiana Pacers. Now, Tyler and I were happy because we took the plus 8.5 and we took the money line as we identified that as a good matchup for Indiana. But the 76ers, this could be a much, it's a way different style of team that they're going to be facing, right, than the Indiana Pacers. Big deal here, of course, is Joel Embiid being questionable. I talked about it at the top of the show, though. Remember, the Sixers are 9-4 without him. So don't just slam the Mavericks if you get that Embiid out. And because we have a little time, Kurt, we're going to do some if-thens. If Embiid plays, who do you like in this game? If Embiid sits, who are the values that we go to?
If Embiid's in, I love Embiid. That's my favorite spend up on the entire slate.
Yeah, on a 4-game slate with no Steph
I love
Curry,
him in slow half-court games. Like, I love him. He'll just completely eat in every facet of the game. So not pretty sure that's a popular take, but for me, it's not popular because I never fucking play him, but I would love him as my top spin. So yeah, that's what the first takeaway. And then I still think you can play 5-2 Harris on a 4-game slate, even with Embiid in. Obviously becomes a really
wait, say that again.
Tobias Harris at 5-2, even if Embiid's in on a 4-gamer.
That's a tough one, Kurt. You're really asking a lot of us.
Huh?
Tobias Harris?
Oh, I know, but it's not a 7-gamer spread. So we got 4 games here.
That's still a tough click.
Right now we got no news. If I'm building a lineup right now, easily can give me 30 points, and I can move on. Okay. Everyone in your lineup can't go for 10x, sadly. There's got to be one guy that just 6x's for you.
All right. Everybody says Embiid was just made probable. So let's go. We'll let the other guys worry about it if he's rolled out. So Embiid's in. Now he's your favorite spend up. That's just probably why the game's off the board. If he's rolled in, maybe it moves 1 point. But I would have to think that the original line they put up took into heavy consideration that he might play. So I'm assuming that -4 was expecting him to play. Maybe it reopens at -3 here. I don't really have anything to say on the total right now. I'm still punching the numbers in. Anything else on the 76ers and the Mavericks? You like Embiid more than Luka, I know. Talk about Kyrie Irving and some of these other ancillary pieces of the Dallas Mavericks.
I don't like Kyrie at all. I never really do, though. So And yeah, he can do his thing and go crazy. Bullock for 3,700. I always take a stab on Bullock and just hope he makes like 4 threes. Maxey's fine, sub 5. I value the forward position more, so I'll just play Dusty Ass Harris. And then D'Anthony Melton 3.8, always in play too. I'm leaning on the under here. And even though I can beat, if I had to pick, give me the Mavs. And well, damn it, Fred, I know this. What's the term?
You're laying the point. But really, you like the Mavericks here, even though they've had problems against.
Yes, I think they get it right here
against a really good Philadelphia team, huh?
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
And Philly coming off a loss too.
All right, it came back up at 3.5, and they came back up at 222.5, 228.5. So yeah,
my favorite plays the under in this game. My favorite two plays so far have been the over in the first and under in the second.
And I don't think that means they think that Embiid's worth a half point. I think that means that they pretty much expected him to play, but now that they're almost sure, they'll go ahead and move it just a tad. But that line screams to me. Oh, it's just -3. It moved another half point while we're speaking. We'll get a little bit of value on Dallas right there, I guess.
There you go. Tell them.
Indiana Pacers. Yeah, I hope you didn't place that yet. Pacers are -6. They're in San Antonio taking on the Spurs. The total is 237. And of course, we're going to have to look at what's it called? We're going to have to look at the injury report when we're talking about these two teams. Dude, I just pulled up a tab and it's like full screen. Like, how do I unfull screen it on Chrome? This is terrible. Break down this game while old man over here tries to figure this out.
Yeah, so big news. I think Halliburton, I expect him to miss. Johnson's already been ruled out. So I think we got 2 on the board already. It's going to be extremely popular. I think you just kind of plug and play. More reason why you don't really need Harris because we have some smash 5K guys in Trey Jones, Buddy Hield. You got Bassey popping.
I love hearing that I don't need Harris.
Western Kentucky.
I didn't want to click that.
Yeah.
I mean, I almost feel like if you land on Tobias Harris, that's like a sign from God to rebuild your lineup.
In GPPs, if you're running multiple, I would definitely get Harris.
Okay, yeah, GPPs. I run 2 lineups, maybe 3 if I really like the slate.
Yeah, that 4th or 5th lineup though, plug in Harris as a pivot off his 5K chalk. That's what you do.
Right, that's fair.
I think Nembhard has played very well with when Halliburton misses. So 3.5, definitely will plug it in. Benny Mack randomly hasn't played that great with Halliburton in, but I'm not trusting that. The kid from Arizona, I like his game. We'll play that as well, but it's another guard. Sochan 5.3, another reason why you don't need Harris. A lot of good plays in this game. Great total. I really want my highest exposure, especially in the mid-tier range, to be from these final 2 games, and this one especially. A couple of guys I've mentioned. I'm not playing Miles Turner. I'm not playing Jordan Noir. So just the guys I mentioned mostly for me right now. I'm not paying 6.4 for Collins. I'm sorry. Been playing well, but can't do it. Even though the Pacers, you can definitely attack the fuck out of them, but I'll just use Bassey at 3.8 to do that.
Miles Turner is averaging over 29 points per game on 69% shooting in the 3 games since the All-Star break. Any interest in him?
7.4. Not going to get there, but I mean, I wouldn't talk I'm not going to talk anyone off.
I'd rather play Miles Turner than Tobias Harris.
Well, I mean, you're also playing 2,200, so you have unlimited money?
No, but I mean,
I mean, it's a 2,200 difference. If we're talking in a bucket or in
here's my thinking on this slate, right? That's my pivot away from Embiid. Do you think Embiid's going to be chalky if he plays?
I hope not, but yes, probably.
So then that's my way to get different.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
And so if I built on the original Embiid built, but then I switched Turner out,
then you don't need Harris. Okay, yeah.
Saved money. See,
I see what you're saying. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Okay, so yeah, in that case, then you can get off Dusty Ass Harris. Watch Harris go for 40.
Oh, he will, because when you slander people, it's like when on playback on Tuesday night when we're slandering Tybull and he hits 3 threes in the first quarter.
In what world does fucking Tybull hit back-to-back? Oh, he's been going great for Portland. Good for him. He's back up there. It's where he's from.
I'm happy. Yeah,
he's from that Washington area, and
I like him as a player. I think. I'm really happy to see get some run as Cam Reddish, but if these guys can't turn it into wins, then why does it matter?
Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, I don't know. I mean, they are the Pelicans, but you lose to the Pelicans at home. You're the Portland Trailblazers. I thought that was a tough loss, especially with where they are in the seedings.
Yeah.
Anthony Simons isn't like that much. All right. Anything more on the Pacers and the Spurs?
I don't have a lean towards the total. I've had to pick. I'll lean.
Highest total on the board.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable with it too much, so I don't think I have a play here. But I like a lot of the DFS plays, so I gave you that.
All right, well, that's what they're here for. The Los Angeles Clippers are -4, and Golden State taking on the Warriors. Clippers have lost 3 games in a row. Warriors have won 3 games in a row. Warriors are just studs at home and bums on the road. How am I getting +4 here, Kurt? This line doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I would really like he just stopped giving Marcus. I mean, like Morris is getting blown by. I'm watching Twitter videos of like,
dude, he's terrible.
He's so bad.
He's terrible.
And
bro,
like,
it happens. We get old. I'm old. I'm slow.
Yeah.
You'll see when we go play. You're going to be like, bro, put spread on me. I'm getting layups left and right.
The thing is, like, you can say, oh, it's just one video, but like, I know Jake watches every single fucking minute of Clippers basketball, and like, if he's saying the dude's just completely done, I really do think it's hurting the team. Jake Anderson on Twitter was posting like just a whole thread.
Send that to me. I don't think I follow him.
Of Morris getting blown by. Oh yeah, I'll send it to you. But yeah, so I think he's like really hurting the team, but I think I'm going to lay the points here.
You're going to take the Clippers? I'm on the Warriors, bro.
In Golden State.
Yes. Chase Center. Let's go.
It feels really, really greasy. Really greasy. But that's the lane I'm on. So
okay. DFS. Jesse Rodriguez says go all out in this game. Los Angeles and Golden State. I mean,
you can play Embiid and just stack the last 2.
I mean, that's fine too, yeah. Yeah. But talk to me about the options in this game. Obviously, Klay Thompson been playing a lot better as of late. Jordan Poole had a nice game in his last outing. They beat the Blazers. Poole played well. I took the over on Jonathan Kuminga, but I don't know if I want him on DFS. Like I said, that's almost like Durant last night, where I think he goes over by a couple points, but I don't think he's like a smash spot with a super high ceiling here. And then on the Clipper side, I hadn't looked into the props yet, and I didn't know how you want to approach it from a DFS perspective. When you made your little build so far, right, the kind of preliminary, just a rough draft, did you have a lot of Clippers? Did you have a lot of Warriors?
2 of the 3 Clippers studs. I'm making that rule for myself. George Leonard, George. I like Rush. I'm probably just gonna go all in on Westbrook tonight. I'm like totally buying into his whole like slight reemergence. So he's 7K, 4 gamer. I know what he can do, even with 2 high usage guys. So going all in on Westbrook, and then I'm pairing it with George or Leonard every lineup for me. And then like Dante's that mid 5K range is going to be loaded, but one of the best of the mid 5Ks. Kuminga
better than Tobias Harris, that's for sure.
Hey, you know what? Tobias Harris is a forward. Okay, so if you need 5'2" for a forward, you can't get the Sochan.
DiVincenzo isn't as a forward still? I thought he was small forward.
No, I don't think so. I was just on there. Unless I was fucking
wrong.
No, you're good. Yeah, you're good. You can slide him in there. What the fuck was I on? I think I had only 1 game pinpointed, so I wouldn't pull up for me. But Kuminga 4-3 if you fall there. Anthony Lamb. Oh God, I just don't know how you just don't plug in. You don't even have to plug in Embiid. You can just completely stack the last 2. But my path will be plugging in Embiid and just stacking these last 2 games up and just mixing and matching. Favorite being like DiVincenzo. Little bull, like I'm not bullish on Kuminga too much, but I am bullish on having 2 of the 3 Clipper studs, with 1 definitely being Westbrook.
All right, Kurt's high on Russell Westbrook, and unfortunately, I can't argue with you there, especially from statistical. I mean, Tyler keeps hitting his triple-double, and he thinks he's going to get there. So if you have a guy with triple-double potential at 7K, that's huge,
I think I might hit that with him tonight. What's that?
Right, like Miles Turner, right? I liked him right around the same price range. There's no way he's getting triple-double. There's no way.
He can hit a lot of triples, though.
Yeah. So there you have it. There's the slate for tonight. Gosh, there's two bets I really like. I don't know which one of my best bets going to be. Kurt, what is your best bet for today? Side total prop, and give them the promo code that they can use to sign up for impuresports.com and give you all the credit.
Well, I wanted to just completely take Tyler's play of I am. Oh my God. Oh baby. Yes. Okay. I got two of them for you. One's gonna be minus 150, but I'm not gonna just give you guys a minus 150 move on. That's not my style. So I'm gonna go Denny Advicha minus 150 to make 1-3. I'm gonna wait and see if they post more of those because I'll hit 2 and I'll hit 3. But first, just make 1-3 for me, minus 150. I'm hitting that. And then my second is Russell Westbrook, triple-double at plus 2,600. Come the daddy.
It's plus 2,600?
Plus 2,600. We are absolutely – I'm not even going to –
Bro, that should be like plus 400. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm not waiting until we get off the show. I'm hitting this now.
Yeah. Tanner's like not listening to me. I just locked Tobias.
What? Tell him, Tanner. Tell him. What up, mama?
Hey, right? I mean, I've been wrong before here.
Beefy, I've not checked golf because I've been doing basketball stuff. So if you want to comment what Suh's thing is, that'd be great. But
who ain't down with
Dustin Suh.
I didn't know.
Justin Suh was my showdown court today.
Played some golf.
Are we running over
right.
the Maids NHL?
No, they start at noon, so we're good. Just so you guys know, my guy Austin. Is that Nadesify or Nadesify? How do you say it?
I say Nades.
All right, Nadesify. We'll be on with our guy Jason.
God, that Westbrook triple double is just. I'm gonna put too much money on that than what I should.
I mean, you're young. You have so much time to make all your money back. You're not like me. He says Nadesify. Okay,
yeah, that's
Nadesify. All right, excellent. What do you think of Podol? 8.5 rebounds, over, under.
I like it. I feel like it's just kind of right there where it should. But if you have conviction on that, then definitely take the over.
Here's what I think on that one. It comes down to pace, and can the Wizards push their pace? Since I do like the Wizards.
You know what? I like the over.
Yes.
So yeah, I like that.
Right? Because we think it's going to be a high-paced game. If the Raptors make it slow, might not get there. But
here's the thing.
It's weird you're taking an over on the opposite team, but since I like the Wizards, I actually kind of like that.
Here's the thing. I think it's more likely that he goes off and gets like fucking 15 boards than it is he gets you like 6. So give me the over. For that exact reason.
There you have it. Kurt, give them your promo code.
Holy shit. Promo code Kurt15 looks like Curtis. Kurt 15. And
Kurt 15 Jackson. I love it. Get you 50 cents off. 15% off. There you go. My best bet for today. Just because I've been digging, just having this conflict on the show lately, Kurt. I'm going to go against you. I'm going to take the Golden State Warriors. And I'm not going to take the +4. Give me the +130 money line, Kurt. Give me the Golden State Warriors to continue their home dominance. A couple of your ex-girlfriends will be in the front row, I've heard. So Jordan Poole will have plenty.
Maybe if you give it to me, I'll give it to you. You know what you know, I got it. He's playing in his head. He's got Iggy playing over there.
There you go. All right, Kurt.
Whoa, hold on. It's only the Russell Westbrook triple double is 875. Guys,
because that's closer to what it should be. That's why I can't believe you're getting that great number.
Russell Westbrook to record a triple double. I've already put it in. Plus 2,600 on FanDuel.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Even if you hate the bet, like when shit happens like this, you just go into the other side because it's like you got to take that value.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if
I think this is way closer. I thought it'd be like +400.
Yeah, that sounds a lot. That sounds way better.
Yeah.
Here I go. Fucking putting more on. I've already fuck me.
All right, Kurt. While you do that, though, this is one of my favorite times of the week. It's when you give us words of wisdom to end the show.
All right, so I actually got a great one for this week. I think last time we were on, we were talking about how I was just going on a warpath, like a bunch of first dates, a bunch of hookups. This week, since the party's coming up, I like to get add a little more weight in the gym. So I go completely celibate from like now until the party in 2 weeks. It is tough, but definitely it makes you add some pounds. It's basically like my own version of steroids. So going celibate, if you're about to go to a function, you're about to go to a wedding, you want to get more jacked, something like that, go celibate. Don't nut. You're going to be angry a lot, but I'm always angry. So what's it matter? So just go celibate. You know,